Oh, it's great to do this. He's back there like Santa Claus, sitting on his throne. It's great to keep eye contact with him. I don't really know Paul very well. He's a very weird guy, and every time I think I know who he is or what direction he's going to go or what he's interested in, he kind of wanders away. So I have a very strange and very fuzzy idea about who Paul is. I think he's very important, and I like him a hell of a lot, but I don't know. In terms of tonight, mutability and mortality, in my usual vein, I always pick out a kind of Ingmar Bergman Black Knight poem. And somebody said, do you have to do that? Which is a poem called For the Last Wolverine by James Dickey, which is a great poem, but totally inappropriate for tonight, so I'm not going to do it. So I thought, with the two themes, mutability and mortality, let's do mutability first, a tiny little tale. Mutability change, I like to change people in a major way. I suppose as an actor, I'm under the illusion or delusion that I change people's minds because of the characters of the plays that I'm in. But I really love to scare people. I love to just totally freak them out for a second so that they actually are in a different place. They think they know who they are, what they're doing, and what's going on, and all of a sudden, whap, they're just totally fried. So, my son and I, about 15 years ago, used to collect Halloween masks, and we found an incredible mask. I don't know if you guys saw Werewolf in London or Wolfen or any of those, but there was a half mask of a wolf that you put on the lower part of your face that had a snarling, open-jawed mouth, drooling with blood and whatnot. And if you could sneak up on somebody and surprise them, it would really cause, heart stoppage and an instant adrenaline. So for some reason, my son has been out of town now for 15 years, but for some reason, the mask suddenly appeared. And so it was in my car, and I was taking it from some place to another, and my wife and I decided it was taco time. So we went to taco time, we made our order, we went up to the window, we gave him the money, we got our change, he gave us our drinks and our straws, and then we had to wait for the little package with the tacos or whatever they were. And I remembered this damn thing in the back seat, and I reached around and I put it on, and he at the window says, "Here's your order," and I turned around just like this. I didn't say a thing. And he went, "Whoa!" And for 1 second, then of course he realized it was a mask, but because he had seen me and talked to me, and I seemed to be a fairly pleasant fellow, he thought he knew who I was, so this mask totally freaked him out. So that's change, mutability. Now, as for mortality, I have another little tale. I have a very, very sweet little Wheaten Terrier, 35-pound Wheaten Terrier, who's very, very gentle. And we've had him for 9 years, and I've discovered that dogs' intelligence only goes so far. They can be very sensitive and very quick, and they smell like crazy, and their taste is good. Their hearing isn't too hot. Their hearing is good, but their eyes aren't too good. But this dog, any loud noise, particularly if it's overhead, it just scrambles his cortex. You can just see he doesn't know how to handle it, but he knows it's bad. So when it thunders, when it's lightning, when the Blue Angels go over, he cowers and quivers and shakes, because I don't think he has the smarts to put it together. It's just planes going by, or it's just clouds that are making lightning or booming, or say he can't handle it. So he always rides in the back seat of my Jeep Cherokee. We were going down Madison one day, and we got stopped halfway between 4th and 5th Avenue next to the new library while they were building it. And next to us was probably a quadruple size metal container to take stuff away. And we were stopped dead. My little dog was in the back seat looking out the window. And something that must have weighed 2 to 5 tons dropped into this metal dispenser. Just the biggest, loudest noise you ever heard. And I thought, oh boy, he probably fouled himself, he's trembling. And so I looked in the back seat. He wasn't quivering at all. He very quietly, very intentionally, got up on the armrest in between the two seats and got into the front seat and sat down in the suicide seat next to me. He just assumed, I'm sure, that he was already dead. There was no hope, and it was all over, but by God, he was going to be next to his master. So that's the mortality story. So, Paul, I have one recommendation. As artists, I don't know, I would assume that you're as messy as I am, and many people in this room and who are downstairs are messy too. The one thing we can leave for those who follow us is clean up our rooms. Put the important stuff in one place, almost like George Carlin's, place to put your stuff. Put the most important stuff where people can find it, the stuff that's in development somewhere else, stuff that's just, you're never going to get around to it. Mark it and let them know. Otherwise, they'll never find the good stuff. Happy birthday.